from Baltimore, Maryland. It's that time once again for the #1 series that defines action, surprises, and a whole lot of fun and excitement that ChaoEmperor has to offer. It's Chao Racing 2019 with your fabulous host, Brandon Shannix. Hello, 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 good citizens of Baltimore. Are you ready for some Chao Racing excitement? Yes, we are. And hello, dear fans home. Welcome to another edition of Chao Racing 2019, live from Baltimore, Maryland. Lots of clouds in the sky, but that doesn't mean a favor. It doesn't mean too much of a favor of ruining the Chao Racing. As usual, we got all your favorite superstars and divas ready to hit the field for another exciting race. So Paul, let's get started with the first race of the day. Okay, to begin our races for week 17, we have Luke Green, one of the fastest runners of Chao Racing 2019, taking on Glenn Murray, Trevor Hoffa, and Rusty Instant Replay Jackington. And what a doing was for Luke Green to lift the defending champions to 5-0 in the tag team play last week. Let's see how he will fare in this week's race. As usual, our races will be held on the Elmer course. So let's hope for the very best for these players on week 17's action here in Baltimore. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! And Glenn Murray is quarterback, so he'll be left behind in the competition for a while. And Luke Green is running well down the aisles, already making his way towards the boundaries. And right now, Rusty Jackington pauses for more, trying to figure out a strategy. And Luke Green is quarterback. That will give some of the silver challenge the privilege to catch up a little bit. And it looks like Trevor Hoffa is dancing to the beat. And there goes Luke Green busting down the line. Now a couple of silver challenge quarterbacks. And who is going to get the first speed buzz of week 17's action here in Baltimore, Maryland? We're about to find right now. It's going to be Rusty Instant Replay Jackington of the Nuggets 2.0 who will get the first speed buzz of week 17's action. And guess who took a shortcut? It's Glenn Murray. She prepared with authority. As the superstar who will get speed boost number 2 is Trevor Hoffa. And there he goes, busting down the line, flying away the bridges. Right now, Luke Green is in shock. He had the lead early on, but Glenn Murray now has command of the lead after forcing to take a rest at the start race. As we head back into Trevor Hoffa. That's back-to-back speed boost for Trevor Hoffa. And right now, Rusty Jackington is trying to battle with number 7 for 4 plays behind Trevor Hoffa. We have passed the 1 minute mark in this race. And who will get the next command speed buzz? It's number 2, who is way behind in the competition. I think he needs a lot more help. Meanwhile, Luke Green is starting to feel the groove again. He is halfway catching up to our leader, Glenn Murray, as they make their way towards the wall. And let's find out who will get the next command speed buzz. And that next speed buzz on his face was made by number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then, but he is leaving numbers 1 and 2 left behind all the way back in the dust. Poor number 2 is really in danger of getting some speed buzz. He is going to need a couple of speed buzz to get back in this one. And this is the first of them that makes his second speed buzz of the race. And right now it looks like Luke Green is not going to get back the lead from Glenn Murray. Glenn Murray is going to stun Luke Green in this week's Week 17 opener. As Rusty Instant Replay Jackington takes his second speed buzz of the race, Glenn Murray wins the showdown over Luke Green to win this one. Oh, and Luke Green's fans were disappointed with a tough loss over Glenn Murray. But as always next time, as number 2, who once again needs the series hump, gets the return that makes his first speed buzz in the race. Glenn Murray can celebrate with his fans, and he's showing means it. Last time we will do it again next week. And we have just enough time for one more speed buzz on this race, and we may buy Rusty Jackington. That makes his first speed buzz in the race. So with that incredible win, Glenn Murray is back in this one. That's right, if he keeps it up, he'll be sure to come back next season for sure. Let's see how he will fare next time. Back in a bit, do not go away. And now, who do we have for race number 2, week 17? Race number 2 will feature Ryan Christian, Ethan Kingsley, Vince Dixon, and ChaoEmperor. And here is the look at the lineup for race number 2 of week 13 for the men's division play. And Baltimore, are you ready for another exciting Chao race? Yes, we are. So, good luck to these 4 superstars, and please start the race! Alright, so, Brad Murray prevailed in race number 1. Let's find out who will be the winner of race number 2 of week 13 here in Baltimore. I know it's getting cloudy, maybe a couple of rain showers, but that doesn't spoil the track at all. Right now it looks like the 4 Chao are going to change the power trees between now and then we're going to change fruit, and now they're going to eat fruit, and there goes Ryan Christian and ChaoEmperor investing down the line. And Ethan Kingsley is going west. That means he'll be left behind in the competition from the others. And it looks like Ryan Christian and ChaoEmperor are both heading for the water. And so it's Vince Dixon, as the first superstar to get his speed bus is number 1, who also is heading for the water to come on. And it looks like Ethan Kingsley is going to join the other 3 superstars and number 1 over at the water as well. As speed bus number 2 in this race was made by number 7, but that didn't help a lot at all. Well, at least he's leaving numbers 2 and 8 in the dust. Right now, number 2 is in dead meat. He is getting all alone in last place behind the back. As the next PS we made by the Hard-Chain Master, Ethan Kingsley. Currently sitting in 4th place. Right now, it is ChaoEmperor trying to keep the lead over Ryan Christian. And we have passed the 1 minute mark of this race. Ryan Christian trying his best to catch up to ChaoEmperor up in the front. And who will get the next command speeders as these 2 Chao make their way towards the line? It's number 2, who desperately needs to catch him every now and then. He's still at last place, don't you think? Anyway, Ethan Kingsley and Vince Dixon also trying their best to stay alive in the game. They are currently battling for 3rd place, heading into the wall. At number 7, overcomes his ball with the next command speeders. That makes his 2nd speed buzz of the race, and now he's trying to take the lead over number 1 for this 4 Super Chao. Poor number 2 and 8, meanwhile, are both getting left behind on the crowd. I believe one of them should get the next command speeders, and who is going to get that chance? It's number 8, so he will leave number 2 all the way in the back in dead meat. And back with fun, Ryan Christian is going reckless, and so is Ethan Kingsley. That means it's all ChaoEmperor at the home stretch. He should wrap this one for sure. No one is going to catch up to ChaoEmperor in a hurry. Next PS belongs to the Hard-Chain Master, Ethan Kingsley. That makes his 2nd speed buzz of the race. But ChaoEmperor can say sorry now to the crowd, and she is going to win this one. As Ryan Christian takes the next speed buzz, ChaoEmperor holds on the competition easily to win this one. So now he's back in the game towards coming back next season, and board number 2 is still way behind on the competition. As number 8 may once again say sorry now to number 2 all the way in the back, as he will close out the speed bus for the race. That makes his 2nd speed bus of the race, and ChaoEmperor is going to celebrate with his fans tonight. That's why he put a bit of sunshine for the cloudy Baltimore fans tonight, and we'll have more exciting action after this, so stay tuned for more. Alright, Paul, tell us who do we have next? Next up, we have Howard Miller of the Miller Traders, Lily Monroe, the 2017 Mighty Fast Champion Shane Cunningham, and the Gundam Star Master Garrett Dayton. The players are at the starting gates, and here they come, as the fans wait for the sound they all been waiting for, the start of another official race here on Chao Racing. And there it is! Alright, so with that sound, the next 4 superstars are off and running, trying to earn enough wins to come back to next season's roster for Chao Racing 2020. And right now it looks like number 8 seems to be pausing for a moment, trying to figure out what's going to happen for this race. Right now, Larry Marvel has eaten fruit, and he is going to have command of the lead. Howard Miller will be battling with number 2 for 2nd place. And in an interesting turn of events, Larry Marvel, our leader, takes the first speed buzz as he makes his way towards the water. Very interesting indeed for our current leader, Larry Monroe. And right now, number 8 is getting left behind, and number 7 is quarterbacks as he approaches the water. As the superstar who will get speed bus number 2 is number 1, who is leaving number 2 and Garrett Dayton in the dust. Larry Monroe has the commanding lead over Shane Framingham and Hal Miller, who are battling for second place at the current moment. Larry Monroe now making his way towards the sapphire portion on the Emerald course. And who will get the next command speed bus? It's Garrett Dayton, that's who. The famous Gangnam Style master everyone knows and loves, and we have passed the 1 minute mark in his race. Right now, number 8 trying to catch up with the yellow silver Chao and Hurry. These 8 silver Chao are getting left behind the competition. As we head back into that wonderful Gangnam Style master himself, Garrett Dayton. That's back-to-back speed bus for Garrett Dayton himself. Meanwhile, Larry Monroe continues to dominate over Shane Framingham. He is making his way towards the wall in the current moment. And there he is, climbing up the wall with all his strength and skill. And another speed bus by the Gangnam Style Master Garrett Dayton. That's 3 in the ball for the Gangnam Style Master himself. And poor number 7 and 8 are both getting left behind from the younger competitors. I believe one of them should get the next command viewers, and it will be number 8 who will get a chance to stay alive in the game. And right now, Larry Monroe is passing the waterfall with a huge lead still over Hal Miller and Shane Framingham. And right now, he is the first to approach the home stretch, trying to wrap things up for another exciting win of his 2019 season. And here comes Hal Miller with the next command speed bus. Oh, but he went a little too far. That will give Larry Monroe plenty of room to wrap things up over the competition. Looks like Larry Monroe is gone, ladies and gentlemen, yeah? That's number 2. Well, the next command, because Larry Monroe is going to celebrate right over there. Larry Monroe beats on the competition, and he is our winner for race number 3 of week 17. Hal Miller will have to settle for second place, and it looks like Garrett Dayton will come in third place. As the last speed bus on this race were made by Shane Framingham. Alright, so Larry Monroe gets the job done. That's right, but how long his comeback will last? We'll find out soon enough. Back for more exciting action after these announcements. Alright, welcome back from my commercial break. Who do we have next? Race number 4 will feature OJ Upton, Connor John Hohen, Joshua Salmore, and ChaoEmperor Eric Crosby. Joshua Salmore and Eric Crosby did very well on winning their tag team races in last week's edition. Let's find out what the fate has in store for these 4 superstars in this week's race. Take a look at the lineup. And let's head down to the Emerald course for another exciting race of week 17's action. Best of luck to these 4 superstars. Let's rock this place! Alright, so who is going to be the next victor of week 17 here in Baltimore? We'll find out soon enough. Right now, the 4 Chao are going to make their way towards the palm trees. And once they get there, that's the cue to bring down that coconut shaped food. And it looks like number 1 was going to rest, so he'll be left behind and dropping down the last place. Right now, the 4 Chao are going to eat the food, and it looks like Eric Crosby is going to have command on the lead, followed by OJ Upton in second place. The other 2 Chao are dancing to the beat, so it's going to be Eric Crosby versus OJ Upton up in the front. And it looks like Eric Crosby is going to be heading for the water, trying to maintain the lead. As the first superstar to get speed bus is number 7, as number 2 goes to rest. Number 7 trying to lead over the boys to a Chao with that speed bus. And right now, guess who's getting left behind in the competition? It's number 8, Natsu. And who is going to get speed bus number 2 in this race? It's Connor John Hohen. And now Joshua Salmore is going to rest. Now he's Connor John Hohen will move up to second place. Right now, Eric Crosby, the chef outlaw of Chao in 2019, has a commanding lead over Connor John Hohen as he makes his way towards the sapphire portion. And Connor John Hohen rapidly making a comeback ahead of Eric Crosby, gets back-to-back speeders, and we have passed the 1 minute mark in this race. Joshua Salmore not too far behind in third place, while OJ Upton is basically battling with number 1 for 4th place in the current moment. They're all making their way towards the sapphire portion of the of course. And Joshua Samuel will have the next command viewers. And take a look who's getting left behind in the competition. Number 2 is way behind in the competition. So it's number 7, A1 battling for 6th place. But the real deal is number 2, who really needs some help so that he can catch up with the crowd. He is going to need a couple of speed busts if he wants to get back in this one. And this is the first of them. And look at that. Number 1 possible more. So number 2 will probably be moving past for number 1 for G-Life. Meanwhile, back up in front, Eric Crosby now reached the top of the wall and he's passing the wall for the moment. Still a huge lead ahead of Connor Owen, and Connor Owen and Joshua Samuel are both the rest. As Connor Owen will get another turn, that makes his second speed buzz in the race. Eric Crosby, the first to approach the home stretch, the buoy portion of this fabulous Emerald course. I think he is going to get the job done indeed. And OJ Upton, who is just turning for the yellow opponents, takes the next command spears. It looks like Joshua Samuel will be making the pass for second place. Eric Crosby has his race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. As number 7 takes the next speed buzz, ChaoEmperor Eric Crosby wins this one over Joshua Samuel and Connor Owen, which will take the respective second and third place positions. And look at that, with that last speed buzz, now number 7 now dominates over the 4th to Chao as we conclude this race. And who is going to get the last speed buzz for this race? It's going to be number 8 who will get the last speed buzz. Alright, so Eric Crosby now jumps to the 500 mark at 99. That's right, he's at 500 this week. Let's hope he keeps it up next week. Coming up, we got more on action for you. But first, have a look at this. Well, I hope everyone here in Baltimore is staying high and dry in the audience today. And Paul, it's time for race number 5 for week 17's action. And for this next race, the next generation superstar Antonio Bennett takes on Danny Frazier, the crime buster policeman Rusty Williamson, and Ralph Dennis. Let's see how this will unfold for these next 4 superstars here in the Baltimore, Maryland area. Everyone is on the clock, so without further ado, let's have a Chao race! So, last week, Antonio Bennett managed to lift his partner Chris Schneider for an easy victory for the Classic Go-Getters, trying to fight for one more season of their tag team contract. That was a great win indeed. Now he's trying to make another easy victory for week 17 here in Baltimore, Maryland. And right now he is off and running. Ralph Dennis and it looks like Danny Frazier are both dancing to the beat. And Rusty Williamson is scored rest. So this race is all about the next generation superstar Antonio Bennett as he makes his way towards the waterfall. As Ralph Dennis will have the opening toss for this race. And right now number 7 was scored rest. So now he has a long way to go before he can catch up with the crowd in the current moment. And Ralph Dennis got the only toss as PUS number 2 of this race will be made by Danny Frazier. And he makes a pass from Ralph Dennis for second place. But right now, Antonio Bennett has a commanding lead. His fans are cheering on, trying to make comeback for one more season next year. And Rusty Williamson will have the next command viewers. And it looks like boy number 2 is talking for point. That will get number 7 the privilege to battle with him for survival on the way in the back. And we have passed the 1 minute mark of this race. Both number 2 and number 7 really need to get some speed buzz, and I mean now. But back to that policeman we all know and love, Rusty Williamson. That's back-to-back PUS Rusty Williamson. Now I'm trying to catch up to Ralph Dennis for third place. Meanwhile, Antonio Bennett is the first to approach wall with a huge lead still ahead of Danny Frazier up in the front. And who will get the next one? It's going to be number 8 who will have the next one. He currently leads over the 4th of Chao as he makes the pass from Ralph Dennis for third place. And poor number 2 and 7 are still way behind in the competition. I don't think they're going to get speed buzz before they hit the wall. Yep, these 2 Chao are going to hit the wall first. So the next speed buzz is going to be made at the top of the wall, and it will be Danny Frazier who quickly wakes up and snap with the next command on speed buzz. But right now, Antonio Bennett has his race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. As Ralph Dennis will get another turn, that makes his second speed buzz in the race Antonio Bennett waiting his fans at the goal line. He is going to celebrate another easy victory with style and pure talent. The next generation star, Antonio Bennett, wins another ball field for his next generation fans himself. As number 7, well, the next FPS. So now Antonio Bennett has 11 wins in his 2019 season. Danny Frazier will come in second place, and that will be followed by Ralph Dennis in third place. As Wesley Williamson will get his first speed buffs on the base, and that is going to do it for this race. Alright, well done Antonio Bennett on another amazing victory. Congratulations Antonio, you've done pretty well. Back for more wrestling action after this, so stay tuned for more Chao Racing 2019. And now we'll be halfway through Week 17's men's division races after race number 6. And look what we have in store for our fans follow. That's right, it's Anthony Jr., Joe Lafferty, Chris Monacos, and Norman Feiner. So we have both members of last year's tag team runners-up, along with the World Championship runner-up from last season, and one of the best swimmers of this season. So let's see who will prevail, who will rise to triumph, and who will take one step closer to glory, or to come out next season on Chao Racing. Anyway, good luck to these four superstars on the quest for victory, and let's have a Chao race! Alright, the next four superstars are off and running. And anything can happen in the Chao Racing universe. The motto we stick with each and every race is what the fans know and love after all. And right now, the 4 Chao are going to check the boundaries to bring down that coconut shaped fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit, and it looks like Chris Monacos is going to have Kamei on the lead, followed by Norman Feiner in second place. As number 7, barely finishing eating the fruit in time, takes the wing toss for his face, and right now number 8 was dancing to the beat, so he is getting left behind in the competition for a while. He's trying to catch up and hurry, and it looks like number 2 is quarterbacks. So is number 8, so these two Chao will be left behind in the competition for a while. As number 8 takes Beavis number 2 in this race, battling with number 2. And right now it is Norman Feiner who's trying to defend the lead over Chris Monacos and Joe Lafferty, trying to hold on and maintain his strength so that he can prepare for his swimming ability. As Alvin Jr., who wakes up for a snap, takes the next command PS, and take a look at poor number 2, still all low last place. He was battling with number 8, but number 8 is now leaving number 2 behind. Who got the next PS? It's number 1, that's who, trying desperately not to fall off the cliff. Well, see, we'll have to start the thing witching all over again, but it's a good thing he held on. Meanwhile, Norman Feiner is trying his best to defend the lead still, trying to get to the home stretch so that he can have a chance to pull this one away with his swimming ability. As number 7, well, the next command PS, now battling with number 1 for the lead over the fourth and Chao. Poor number 2, meanwhile, is getting all alone in last place. Poor number 2 is not going to get some help at all. He's going to need a couple of speed bumps to get back in this one. And this is the first of them, but I think that's all he's going to get for a while. And it looks like Norman Feiner and Chris Monacos all going to rest. That means Joe Lafferty and Alvin Jr. have the privilege to battle for the lead up in the front. As the next appearance we made by Chris Monacos and Joe Lafferty is going to rest, which means Alvin Jr. will have Kamei on the lead. But here comes Norman Feiner. He is going to make his way to his home stretch, and there we go. With all of his swimming ability and style, he is going to win this one for sure. As Joe Lafferty takes the next appearance just barely, Norman Feiner adds another huge win to his collection. Norman Feiner is still in the game to come back for next season. And number 2 is quarterbacks. And that is going to do it for this race. Alright, and number 5 win for Norman Feiner. That's right, it's halftime, folks. We are coming back for more exciting action on the second half of Chao Racing 2019 after we find out word from this. Alright, now it's time for the remaining 6 races of our estimation for Week 17. You got it. Race number 7 will feature the Steel Curtain Aaron Miller, Biggie Nelson from the Go-Getters 2.0 squad, Casey Richardson from the Police Joey, and Andy Williams from the Williams Buzz. And that's looking to line up for this next race. We wish these next movie superstars all the best, especially the Casey Richardson, who has a dominating season so far with his incredible running ability. Let's hope he keeps it up today. Please start the race. Alright, Casey Richardson is going to lead the 8 Chao for race number 7 for this next race here in cloudy Baltimore, trying to put a bit of sunshine in his fans' favor. Right now he is going to eat the fruit, and he is dancing to the beat. You have a free Chao also eating the fruit right now. They're going to be eating the fruit. And right now Casey Richardson is off and running again. He is going to lead over the 4 competitors on the current one. There he goes. He's going to make it his way, alright. Who got the first speedrunners? It's Aaron Miller, the Steel Curtain from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm sure everyone loves Aaron Miller nowadays. And guess who's getting left behind in the competition already? It's number 8 and number 7 speedrunners, so he will join number 8 for D-Life all the way back. One of them has to get speedrunners to stay alive in the game, and it will be number 7 who will get that chance. That's speedrunners number 2 for number 7. And right now, Casey Richardson trying desperately not to fall off the cliff, and he holds on. He now has a lead over Biggie Nelson. As we head back into number 7, that's a little bit more help that time. Got all of it that time. Now he is trying to lead number 8 in the dust as we pass the 1 minute mark. Take a look at number 8. He has to settle all alone for D-Life all the way back. As the next BS will be made by Eddie Williams of the Williams Brothers. Right now, Casey Richardson has a commanding lead. Meanwhile, Biggie Nelson trying his best to defend second place. I think Casey Richardson is going to celebrate in the East victory. His Cinderella season is going to continue tonight. Next BS belongs to number 2. Now he really needs help, and he got it. Poor number 1 is getting pissed off. I think number 8 should get speedrunners right now. But let's head back to number 2. That's back-to-back speedrunners for number 2. Trying to handle with number 7 for 6th place. And right now, Casey Richardson back McFly going for his 16th win of his 18 races so far in his 2019-20 season. I believe he's going to get the job done over Biggie Nelson, yeah? As number 2 takes a 3rd consecutive speedrunners, Biggie Nelson won't have enough distance to catch up to Casey Richardson in time. Casey Richardson of Police Joey solves another problem. He wins his 1 win and his 16th win of the season. As number 2 continues to dominate over the speedrunners, that makes his 4 in a row for number 2 at the game 1. And right now, number 8 is still unhappy with the result. Will we have time for one more race before the race is finito for now? Yes, we will be. Andy Williams barely gets his 2nd speedrunners to close out the race. So Casey Richardson now has 16 wins of his 18 races so far. That's fine. Good job by Casey Richardson on another job well done. Back in a bit. Do not go away. Alright, Paul. How about we simple it up? Race number 8. Alright, I'm ready for it. It'll feature Alex Moccasin taking on the world champion Raymond Hill, along with Owen Cheston and Jimmy Wales. That was a great lead battle by Raymond Hill, taking care of last week's win of the tag team play over Michael Clayton, who left the tag team 5-0. Alex Moccasin also played very hard to get his win last week, but which one of them will keep up with their winning streak? We'll find out soon enough. Here's a look at the lineup for race number 8 of the men's division on week 17 here in Baltimore, Maryland on ChaoEmperor 2019, and we'll be off and running momentarily. So good luck to the next 4 superstars, and please start the race. And it looks like numbers 1, 7, and 8 are all going to rest. That means these 3 super chat will be battling for D-Life all the way back. They'll be left behind in the competition and the crowd. The 4 human superstars are going to shake the boundaries to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. Now they're going to eat the fruit, and Raymond is dancing to the beat. And there goes Alex Moccasin. He is going to have command on the lead. Or Justin not too far behind in 2nd place. As the first superstar to get speedless is Jimmy Wales. And right now, Cheston is pausing for one. That will give Jimmy Wales some catching up to do. And right now, number 7 is getting all in last place. Number 2 also getting left behind from the competition. And it looks like number 7 is going to be heading for the water. That's Jimmy Wales, who now passes Cheston, who is scored the rest, opens this one up with back-to-back spears. So Cheston will have to drop down a couple of places. And right now, up in the front, it looks like Alex Markinson decided to pass for one. As Cheston, who desperately needs to catch up after going west, takes the next match because he moves up 2 or 3 places that time. So now number 7 and number 8 are battling for D-Life, and so is number 2. We're approaching the 1 minute mark, and number 2 will get a chance to lead number 7 and 8 for D-Life with the next command BS. We passed 1 minute, and right now Raymond Hill has the lead over Alex Markinson. Alex Markinson right on his tailgating our world champion, defending world champion for the 2019-20 season of Chao Racing. Alex Markinson trying to find a hole here, and here comes another speed bus by Jimmy Wales. That makes the third speed bus a base, and take a look at number 7 and 8 battling for the right. And number 2 decided to talk for a minute. Number 8 pauses for more, so he'll be left behind the competition. I believe one of these 3 switch out. Numbers 2, 7, and 8 will get speeders. And it'll be number 7 who will get that chance to stay alive in the game. And back up in front, Alex Markinson trying to make the pass from Raymond Hill as they make the way towards the top of the wall. And Alex Markinson and Raymond Hill are both good rest. But there goes Raymond Hill waking up first with the next command speeders. Now he regains control of the lead. Cheston will have the privilege to move up to 2nd place in the current one. Alex Markinson will now have to drop down to 3rd. Next PS belongs to number 7, and look at that. He doesn't even go to rest. He now takes the lead on 4th with Chao, and Cheston was unable to make the pass from Raymond Hill. Raymond Hill is going to celebrate another victory. This will make it his 14th win of his 2020 World to Repeat campaign this season. As number 8 takes the next PS trying to stay alive. Another win for Raymond Hill, the defending world champion of Chao Racing. And it looks like Cheston barely beats out Alex Markinson for 2nd. And we have just enough time for one more speed bus of another well-played race by Raymond Hill in this race. And we made by number 7, who just barely makes it past for number 1 to win the battle or the force with Chao. Alright, so the defending champion Raymond Hill celebrates an easy victory. That's 14 wins for the defending world champion, and we'll have more 7 coming up. Do not go away. Alright, we've seen 8 races, we got 4 more to go. That's right, next up we have Peter Foles, Bruce Charleston, Andrew Wilson, and Madden Ron Chante. Well done, Marchante. You made the Luck of the Irish proud in last week's tag team race. The Elfrey Child still trying to find the groove to come back next season. Well, let's see which one of them should deserve to get victory. Everyone's on the clock, and good luck to the 4 of you. Let's rock this place! Okay, the next 4 superstars are off and running. And it looks like number 7 is quarterback. That means we'll drop down to last place over the competition right at the current point. And right now, number 8 is also going to rest, so he will be left behind as well. Right on the 4, Chao going to shake the palm trees, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like the computer wizard Peter Falls is going to have the upper hand. The other 3 Chao are dancing to the beat, so Peter Falls is going to have command of the lead. As number 8, barely finishing eating the fruit in time, takes the wing toss for his space. And right now, number 1 decided to take a rest. That means he'll drop down to last place, so he'll be left behind in the competition for a very long time. Some of the Chao are taking the water, a couple others decide to stick with the bridges. And number 1, who desperately fighting to stay alive in the game, takes speed bus number 2 in this race, and look who made it over the top of the hill! It's Andrew Wilson! He has took a shortcut! He has to leave for the current moment. He is already making his way towards the southbound portion of the Emma course. As number 1 continues to fight for dear life with back-to-back speeders. Louis Charleston is currently sitting in 2nd place. He is one of the best flyers of the 48-man roster. We have passed 1 minute of this race. Louis Charleston might need all his help from the fans to get back in this one, and he is going to have the next command on the speed bus. Ram Marchante also trying his best. He coalesces in 3rd place, with Peter Foles right on his tail in 4th place. And let's find out who will deserve the next command speed bus. And that next speed bus was made by number 1. After being left behind early on, he now takes his first speed bus, and now he leaves over the force of a Chao. And now guess who's getting left behind? It's number 8, Natsu, and I think number 1 was starting from. As number 2, round the next command speed bus. Anna Wilson has a huge lead ahead of Louis Charleston. Anna Wilson is going to be the first opponent to home stretch, trying to wrap things up. Next PS belongs to Ram Marchante of the Lucky Irish. And Louis Charleston going for it all. And he makes the pass from Anna Wilson. He made a statement here, folks. He is going to win this one with 14. The great Louis Charleston win this one as number 8 takes the next PS. After Anna Wilson tried to wrap things up early on, it was Louis Charleston, the best flyer in the league, who prevails in the very end. What a deal by the great Louis Charleston. As Ram Marchante will get the next command PS, and that is going in to do it. And my 9 numbers 1 and 8 are both getting left behind on the competition all the way in the back. So it is Louis Charleston who spoils Anna Wilson's shortcut scheme to win all. That's right, he improves to 599, and more thing coming out after we hear a word from this. So is it me or is it Louis many cats and dogs? Well, no matter what, tell us about this next race. I sure will, Brennan. I know it's a me. Wait. Race number 10 will feature Corey Sanchester, Michael Clayton, Steve Wickman from the Lucky Irish, and Buster the Chavo. Hope everyone's got their buzz ready. I know the fans are too. And here we go with the number 10 race. Please stop the race. Okay, so last week, Michael Clayton lifted Raymond Hill to a tag team victory, trying desperately to get back in this one. Right now, it looks like number 1 is Warless, and so is number 2, and number 7 is positive number 1. That means these two Chao will be left behind in the competition for a while. Right on the 4 Chao going to eat a foot, and there goes Buster Jao and Steve Wickman busting down the line. These two Chao will have to push a battle for the lead up in the front. Number 8, Cody dominating over the 4 Chao with 3rd place. And it will be number 2 who will get the first BUS on this race. And look at poor number 7. He is getting left behind in the competition already. He's way behind in the competition. Well, he might need a miracle if he wants to catch up. We'll see if they can make it happen. As number 2 opens this one on with back-to-back spears. Now battling with Michael Clayton for 6th, 5th place. Right now it is Steve Wickman trying to hold off the lead ahead of Buster Java up in the front. And who is going to get the next command speeders? It's going to be number 1 as Michael Clayton is going to rest. Number 1 will be Michael Clayton and us. So now Michael Clayton will have a lot of distance to catch up. But right now it is number 7 who really needs some speeders every now and then. But back to number 1 as we pass the 1 minute mark of this race. That makes 2 in a row by 2 in a row for number 2 and number 1 respectively. All speed runs are consecutive so far, and Steve Wickman back in front is doing a pretty good job keeping the lead over Buster Jao. Next PS belongs to number 7, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. Right now, Corey Sanchez is trying to battle with number 1 and number 8 for 3rd place at the current moment. They are making their way towards the Sapphire portion of the Emerald course at the current moment. And it will be Michael Clayton who will get a turn now. And right now, let's head back to number 7, who is still all alone in last place. He is way behind in the competition. He really needs some speeders. He is going to need a couple more speeders if he wants to get back in this one for sure this time. And this is one of them. That makes his second speed bus of the race. Meanwhile, Steve Wickman has a little bit more room ahead of Buster Jao. He is going to make his way towards home stretch. trying to defend the lead with style. And we'll get the next one. It's number 1. That makes his first speed buzz of the race. Now he leads over the 4-0 Chao ahead of number 8. And Stealing Man is going to make the luck of the Irish proud. Irish fans are going to celebrate Stealing Man's impressive victory. As number 8 takes the next speed buzz, Stealing Man, Irish Power is winner, and the Irish one is our winner. So Stealing Man is back in the hunt to come back next season. Good job. And right now numbers 2 and 7 are getting left behind in the competition all the way back. One of them might need SPS before the race is over, and it'll be number 2 who will get that chance to say sayonara to number 7. Alright, so Stealing Man gets the job done. Yes, he's staying high and dry this week. Let's see how he will feel next week. Back in a bit, do not go away. Well, Paul, there's just a couple more races for the men's division play. That's right, the first event will feature Dave Miller of the Male Trainers, Thomas Linklater, Zach Olson, and Owen Williams of the Williams Brothers. And then it will be time for our main event for week 17, in which Star Rings looks for his third and final superstar on the week. Here's a look at the lineup for this race of week 17, as our frenzy continues in Baltimore, Maryland, where even the cloudiest of days always puts down a ray of sunshine for our beloved fans. Everyone is on the court, and best of luck to these four superstars. Let's have a Chao race! And there goes the next four superstars. Often running for the Rainbow Pass. Zach Olson trying their best to pay off his swimming ability. Owen Williams doesn't want to spoil a playoff bid for this season. Right now, the 4 Chao gonna shake the palm trees to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like the Chao dancing the beat. But Owen Williams is up and running. That means Owen Williams is going to have full control of this match. He is approaching the bridges right now. He's going to be flying on his odds. And he pays off his shortcut ability with talent. As the first superstar against Beepus is number 1. Taking the bridges of the Cowboy. And guess who's getting left behind in the competition? Number 2 is heading for the water. That, my friends, will be number 8 fighting for D-Life all the way in the bridges. As number 1 takes back-to-back speed as a star of the race, Owen Williams now has a commanding lead over his crowd. He is already making towards the wall with no opponents to worry about. As the next speed race will be made by Thomas Linklater. That was a good speed bus right there. But boy, he might need a miracle to catch up. I don't think that's going to happen, We have passed the 1 minute mark, soon to be 110, and take a look at the 4th Chao fighting in the back. As number 1, we'll get a first speed bus for this race, trying to take the lead up the 4th Chao from number 7. Meanwhile, Zach Olson might need all his help in order to pay off his swimming ability ahead of Owen Williams. He's doing his best, alright. And who got the next one? It's number 8, that's who. And Owen Williams continues to entertain his fans and his brother Eddie with style. He is the first to approach home stretch. I believe he is going to get the job done this week. No doubt about it. Back to number 8. Now catching up a little bit more ahead of the Silver Chao in the back. The 4th Silver Chao are climbing up the wall. I don't think Zach Olson will be able to make a statement, even with his incredible swimming ability, yep. I believe Owen Williams is going to get the job done, yep. As number 1 quickly wakes up to the next pass because Owen Williams is our winner. I do believe Zach Olson, with that swimming ability, is going to win in second, yep. Zach Olson will take second place. Great job by Owen Williams. You made Eddie and your fans proud. As Dave Miller, a little disappointed with yet another sad loss, will have the next command because and number 2 is left behind the competition along with number 8. No more speed runners intended for this race. This race is over. Alright, so Owen Williams now sits at 12 wins in his 2019 debut season. That's right, a couple more, he'll definitely make the playoffs. By now we're preparing for the main event, so stay tuned for more exciting action here on Chao Racing. We'll be right back. And now, Paul, I do believe it's that time again to present the big one of the week. That's right, Brennan. It's main event time here in Baltimore, Maryland, as the returning champion Donald Weddings takes on Chris Schneider from the Classic Go-Getters, Marvin Sanderson, and JJ Nehemiah for this week's Week 17 main event here in Baltimore, Maryland. The players are ready to go, everyone's on the clock, and please start the race! Alright, one away with another exciting main event, brought to you this week by Lay's Potato Chips. Whether classic, wavy, or any other kind of Lay's potato chips, always make sure to have 100% sunflower material when you eat Lay's potato chips for a snack each and every day of your life. And right now, the foreign child is going to eat the fruit, and there goes Donald Weddings. He is going to have command on the lead. He already won 2 Superstar of the Week honors with 2 main events in a row, trying to complete the trilogy this week as he heads for the water with all of his might and authority for his fans he loves. And who is going to get the first Speedbuzz of Week 13's main event? It's going to be number 7 who gets it. Number 8 seems like he's heading for the water. That means he will gain a little bit of ground in year 1. Number 7 got Speedbuzz number 1. As the superstar to get Speedbuzz number 2 is JJ Nehemiah, who is flying over the benches with style. But right now it is Donald Weddings going for his 17th win of his elusive Cinderella season here on Chao Racing 2019. He currently sits at 16-1. He had the best record so far heading into this week's race, and we are passing the 1 minute mark in this race. As the next appearance was made by number 1, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. Right now, JJ Nehemiah currently sitting in 3rd place, while Chris Schneider is battling with number 8 for 4th place in the current win. Right now, the Super Chao and our Human Chao are going to make their way towards the South 5 portion on the Eagle course. And it's number 7, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then, takes an own turn. That makes his 2nd Speedbuzz of the race. Meanwhile, Donald Weddings trying to defend the lead over Marvin Sanderson. Will Marvin Sanderson prevent Donald Weddings for a 3rd and final Superstar Week honors? We'll find out soon enough. Back to number 7. That's back-to-back Speedbuzz for number 7. 3 Speedrunners for the current moment. Right now, JJ Nehemiah and Chris Schneider are climbing up the wall along with number 8. And JJ Nehemiah quickly wakes up for a snap with the next command Speedbuzz. That makes his 2nd Speedbuzz of the race. But there goes Donald Weddings. He's using all of his flying ability to pull this one away from the crowd. He is going to complete the Superstar of the Week trilogy this week here in Baltimore. As number 1 takes the next Speedbuzz, Donald Weddings does his 3rd and final Superstar of the Week honors here in Baltimore, Maryland for Week 17. That makes his 17 wins of his 18 races so far in his awesome 2019 season. Another job well done by Donald Weddings as Chris Schneider wound the next command yes, and poor number 7 has no hope for surviving whatsoever as this race comes to a close. There it is. Alright, so Donald Weddings prevails with his 3rd and final Superstar Week honors. That's why he completed his trilogy this week. The women's division races are up next. Do not go away.